So, Coach, what's your guys' mindset going into this final game of the regular season?
The mindset is obviously it's an important game for us, and it's a pre-playoff game. At this stage, we can finish anywhere from second to seventh. So, but we know if we win the game, we'll be somewhere between second and fifth. And there's things that are outside our control. But what's inside our control is our ability to go out there and play well and win the game.
With this being the first ever decision day and not knowing what the other results are, how does that alter the mindset of the team as far as how you approach it?
Well, I think MLS should be commended for coming up with this concept. I think it's an interesting concept and it's great. I think it's super enjoyable for the fans. Maybe not so good for us as coaches. It was nice sometimes to know going into your last game, or depending on when you played on the weekend, you sort of knew what was happening. But this is the way it should be. This is the correct way to do it. And so from our standpoint, it's like I said, it's our focus has to be us, and we're not worrying about what's happening here, because there might be a score that you hear and that puts you in, and all of a sudden it reverses itself and you're out. So I think from the fans, though, it's a fantastic concept.
It seemed like anybody from maybe your first choice 18 will not be available to you?
There's still guys that we're looking at. Are they ready for 90 minutes at this stage? But I think, from a standpoint of being able to select from most everybody, that should be there.
Is Valdez still sort of a question mark? Or the primary question mark?
He went through training today. We're just still being a little cautious with him, but he'll definitely be part of the group.
What's characterized these Salt Lake teams, this core that they've had for a while here, and have you seen that change at all with the way they're playing this year?
Well, obviously the core's changed. They lost Will Johnson a few years ago, and then, this year with the loss of Borchers, with the loss of, Ned Grabavoy, who were some of those guys were a little bit more the unheralded guys in that core. But they've had a great group together for a long time. Sabario also ended up being traded away in midseason, but when you look at that core of Sabario and Morales and Beckerman and Olave and Borchers and Ramondo, that core stayed together for a good time, and you add in a Wingert, who was there a long time as well. So they've definitely had to break up the band, as they say. But for the club, you have to move forward at some point. Every club needs to face that.
And they've been a team that's known as being kind of spirited for a long time. Do you expect them to come up and sort of give you everything they have, even though they are out of the playoff picture?
I would expect nothing less. All what you have to do is look back to Wednesday night, and you're looking at Colorado beating Kansas City in Kansas City and scoring the second goal with only 10 men on the field. So, you always have to make use of your chances when you get them, and nobody's going to expect Salt Lake to roll over, and play dead. I think their character and their history is too good for that to happen, and our guys are aware of that, and they know that we've got to come out and play.
How do you keep it from being one of those trap games when they have nothing really to play for?
Like I said, we got to take care of what we need to do. We need to play well. We need to play with good energy. We need to, be sharp in our passing. Get people into the right spots at the right times. And if we take care of ourselves, then the rest will be good.